Good morning, everyone. It is time for our weekly live. I am Lisa DeToffel, Chief Cheerleader and owner of Relationship Connections Facebook group, Relationship Connections Referral Network, and Tiger Eye Solution, an expert virtual assistant business that supports speakers, coaches, and solo professionals. Today, in this weekly live, we're going to talk about batching. Batch your task in your business, okay? But before we dive into our topic, there are a few other things I would like to share with you first. Of course, I want to welcome you to our Relationship Connections Weekly Live. This is a group or a community where we network and get to know each other and help each other grow our businesses. If you're new to the community, I would like to welcome you. And please comment below the video and tell us a little bit about yourself and your business. If you're not already, I would like to invite you to head over to Facebook and join our free community, Relationships Connections. If you can't find it, please reach out and I will help you with that. I would like everyone also, if you haven't already, to come visit one of our Relationship Connections Referral Network bi-monthly meetings. Our next meeting is going to be November 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a structured meeting. It is an hour long. We also have an 8 to 10 minute presentation that happens during this meeting from myself or one of the attendees, where they will talk a little bit more about what they do within their business and how they help others. We also have a monthly gathering and training that you're also welcome to visit. The bi-monthly meetings you can visit twice for free before making your decision if you'd like to join the network itself. Gathering and training meetings are free to all professionals. This happens usually at the end of the month. Our next one is November 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And at this meeting, it can last up to an hour and a half. We do regular networking at the beginning of the meeting, and then we have a special guest speaker that comes to speak to us, and they have 20 to 25 minutes to share about their business and what they do and how they help others. I'm always looking for special guest speakers for the gathering and training meetings. So if you're interested in being a special guest speaker at one of these meetings, please reach out to me. You can send me a private message or an email, lisa.relationshipconnections@gmail.com. I'd be happy to have that conversation or tell you exactly what dates we have available that you could be a special guest speaker at one of our gathering and training meetings. So again, our regular meetings are bi-monthly. We have them on the first and third Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And these meetings are for members of the network to meet, collaborate, and build relationships or power partners to help grow their business. You're welcome to visit again twice for free before deciding if you'd like to join the network itself. We do have structured meetings at these bi-monthly meetings and enjoy getting to know each other on a deeper level. So we can refer others to each other. And I do highly recommend scheduling coffee chats from those that you may meet at some of these meetings. Again, the gathering and trainings happen once a month, usually at the end of the month, and can last up to an hour and a half, depending upon how many people show up for the actual meeting. We do the regular networking. We have our special guest speaker, and then, of course, Q&A at the end of that call. The network itself, of course, is a paid network. You can visit the bi-monthly meetings twice for free, and then if you decide to join us, it's only $47 a month or $525 annually. Again, this is where you can build relationships and power partners to help you grow your business. And we would love to have you come join us. If you have any questions about the Relationship Connections Referral Network, please comment below this video or reach out to me, send me a private message. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Also want to let you know some of our goals for the network as well. As we grow, we are looking to branch off into different groups. We currently just have one group. Of course, I am the president of that group. But as we grow and get more members of the network, I would like to branch off and form other groups as well. We are looking for leaders in the network. Like I said, I'm currently the president of the group that I lead right now. If we branched off and, created other groups that would meet on other days and other times. Whoever chose to go start that group would, of course, be the president of that group. We're looking for a vice president and membership council for each group that we have. Also, one of our goals is to start sponsoring nonprofits. Yes, this is a paid network to be a member of, but some of the proceeds from what the money that we take in from those members will go to sponsor nonprofits going forward. And all the members will have the opportunity to actually recommend a nonprofit that they would like the organization to actually sponsor. Each organization, as they are chosen, will be sponsored for 3 months straight when we do reach that point to where we can start sponsoring nonprofits. So if this is an organization you think may be a good fit for you, please do come visit us, check us out, see what we're all about, and see if this would be a good networking home for you, okay? Again, if you do have any questions about the network itself, reach out to me. I'll be happy to have a conversation and answer any questions that you may have, okay? Okay, let's move forward. This was me about 4.5 years ago. I was a preschool teacher for over 25 years prior to starting my first business. My first business was Tiger Eye Solution. I enjoyed being in the classroom, don't get me wrong. I think I learned just as much from the children as they learned from me. But I knew there was something more. There was more out there for me. And working from home had been a dream of mine for a very, very long time. Even when my older children were small, I always wanted to find something to where I could work from home and be at home more for them. It didn't work out back then, but it has worked out now. And I'm very, very grateful. Going forward, of course, I started my first business, Tiger Eye Solution. I did go through a training program with a coach and trainer that trains virtual assistants, and earned a certification through that training program. So I am an actual certified virtual expert. And that's how Tiger Eye Solution was born back in 2018. And of course, as I evolved after I started my business, I learned how important it is to build those relationships to move your business and grow your business, right? To move it forward. So I created Relationship Connections Referral Network to help myself and others grow our business, okay? Also in 2021, I built a team for Tiger Eye Solution. So now there are 11 of us, including myself, virtual experts. We've all been through that same training program and earned our certification in our area of specialization. So 2021 was a very busy year for me as I started the Relationship Connections Referral Network and added a team to Tiger Eye Solution. And there's one big why of why I've done all this, and that is my family. This is my family, my husband, Jeff, my 2 sons, Caleb and Matthew. The oldest, Caleb, is a firefighter. His wife, Abby, is in the photo with us as well. She is a special eds teacher at one of our local high schools. And they are getting ready to make us grandparents February of next year with twins. I cannot wait. My middle son, Matthew, graduated college in 2021 and now works for Apple. And he really loves what he does. My daughter is a sophomore in high school. This is Alyssa. And she is just now getting to that point to where she's starting to think about possibly what she wants to do, right? And she's got to start visiting those colleges and stuff that's going to benefit her to go forward into the profession that she chooses to go. But these are the people. This is why I get up and do what I do every single day. That's why I work with the clients that I work with, so that I can be at home doing my work and being able to take the time I need to go do what I might need to do with my family. There's so many different areas, appointments. Actually, today, one of my kids have an appointment. I have rearranged my schedule today so that I can step away and go to that appointment. So it's very beneficial to be able to work from home and work on your own terms, of course. You be the boss and not work for someone else. And I really enjoy doing that for sure. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today, which is batching. These are a few tasks that you can batch. But before we get to these tasks, I want to actually tell you what batching is, okay? Batching is a process that will improve your productivity. You see me looking down, I do have some notes, okay? The act of grouping tasks together to help you from multitasking so often. You know, I'm sure we're all guilty. I'm guilty too of multitasking, right? Whether it's on a personal level, you know, doing things for our family or in our home, or within your business. You may find yourself trying to multitask, you know, at different times. You don't want to do that. If you can prevent from doing that, wouldn't you love to prevent that, right? So you can make the most of your time by using batching. If you batch certain tasks, it's not going to take you as much time to do that specific task, right? And some of the examples of things that you can batch is email, graphic creation, blog posts, editing, and social media. Social media and email are probably the two biggest tasks that actually professionals batch. And I'll explain a little more in depth in a moment of how that is done. So, you know, if you're just starting out, maybe you have not learned the need for batching as of yet. But as you continue and move forward, you will definitely learn that batching could be very beneficial. Maybe not in these areas, or maybe in these areas in other areas, because there's many different areas that you can batch. These are just a few examples. And I'm going to kind of go a little in depth with some of the 5 different examples that I shared. So 5 areas which you can batch in your business. Of course, email. Check your email at a specific time of the day and do not do it at any other time. Like for me, I do it 3 times a day. In the very beginning, when I first get to my office, of course, first thing in the morning, I check emails, respond to emails, that type of thing. Okay, I'll do it in the middle of the day, 12:30, 1 o'clock, around lunchtime, before or after I take my lunch break. I'll check emails just to make sure there's not something important that needs my attention right then. And then I don't do it again to the end of the day before I leave my office. I'll check emails again to see if there's anything of importance that needs my attention I need to see or need to respond to at that given time. But I do not sit here and check email all day long. Yes, email is probably coming in all day long, which is fine. That's how it works, right? But I don't go to my email inbox continuously all day long. I don't have time for that. And there's what business owner does, right? Because we're busy doing what we're supposed to be doing within our business or for our client, the work for our clients or what have you. Okay, the next one is social media. This one is a biggie. You can set aside a day to create and schedule your social media. Now, I have done this in the past before I built my team. That's exactly how I did my social media. I would set aside a specific day and create social media posts and graphics to go with those posts. Since building my team last year in 2021, I have handed that task off to that team member that does social media. And oh my goodness, I could not be more grateful. Not that I can't do it, I can, but that saves me so much time. You know, that whole day that I had to set aside before to do all my social media, to create all my social media, I don't have to do that anymore. I can use that day for something else, more productive work, right? Client work, right? So social media is a big one that can be batched. Graphic creation is another one, or graphic design. Set aside time to create graphics for your social media, for your blog posts, and so much more. You know, there's many different things you may need graphics for, right? You can get more done by doing it this way, and you can also use templates. I know Canva is a big platform where graphics are created. I use Canva. My social media person uses Canva. And they do have templates in there that you can use to design specific graphics. If you're looking for a banner for your social media page, you can create banners. If you're looking for even presentations, you can create a presentation within the Relationship Referral Network. Of course, we do presentations. And then I'm a part of another organization called V-Team as well. We also do presentations in there. I can go to Canva and create my slide deck for whatever presentation I'm going to present. Quick and simple. Very quick and simple. It's awesome. Love Canva. Website updates is another thing you can batch. You can also set aside a certain time to do your website updates on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, and make sure your website stays up to date. You can also set due dates, like on your calendar, to remind you when to do this. Like, especially if you're going to do it on a monthly basis. Now, a weekly basis, yeah, you can set aside Monday at 10 a.m. or whatever, works for you to do your website updates. But if you're going to do it on a monthly basis, you definitely need to make sure you schedule a reminder, whether it's on your calendar or in your CRM, whatever works best for you. Set up a reminder to remind you, maybe on the 29th of every month, at the end of every month is when you want to go in there and do your website updates. Now, if you're not a techie person like me, that is also something you can delegate. I have a website person on my team. They do my website updates. I am techie to a certain extent, but websites scare me. I can create all the graphics and the content and all the pretty things to put on that website, but the back end is where I get lost. So I prefer to hand that off to somebody that specializes in that and knows exactly what they're doing, right? Well, see, each one of us have certain gifts in certain areas that we enjoy and that we're good at doing. Websites is not one of those for me. But I'm very, very thankful to have a website person on my team that can help me with that and help clients with that as well. Okay, moving on. Accounting is another one. And this is not an area I'm good at either. But you can set aside a day of the month or a day close to the end of the month to do your books. Or if you have someone that does your bookkeeping for you, you may want to set aside a certain day or set a reminder there again of when you may need to send updated information to your bookkeeper, right? We do have a bookkeeper on my team as well. And that's one of my goals, is to hand off my bookkeeping to her in 2023. So, but yeah, keeping up with your books can also be time consuming. And some of us may be good with numbers and some of us may not. I am not. Yes, I have been doing my own bookkeeping up to this point. But like I said, that is one of my goals for 2023, is to hand my bookkeeping over to the bookkeeper that's on my team and let her do it for me. Just because I know it's so much simpler for her than it is for me. It's time consuming for me. It's aggravating for me. It's all the things. Just because that's not something I enjoy doing. I'm not the numbers person, right? So there's so many different things that you can batch. Or if you're like me, you can delegate to someone else that's, good at it or an expert in that specific area. Just like I do my social media and my website updates. Because not that I can't do my social media, it's just very time consuming. And I don't want to use up that time when I can be using that time to do other things. Websites, not my thing. Not the back end of it is not my thing. So I hand that off to my website person and let them do it for me. Right? So sit down and think about all the different tasks that you do within your business and pick and choose which ones could be batched. It'll save you a lot of time. Emails, for sure. I mean, that's something you could start right away. Just set up specific times of the day to check your emails. Don't continuously do it all day long, because that can be a distraction as well. If you're continuously going back and forth from whatever you're working on to your email inbox, don't do that. Don't do that. Like I said, that is it can take up and suck up your time, right? Time that could be spent on something more productive, on client work, whatever other things you need to be doing. So that's something you could do right away, is just start scheduling a specific time of the day to check your emails. And that's considered batching. Social media, same thing. Don't go back and forth to your social media platforms all through the day. Just go visit those platforms at specific times of the day, or creating your social media posts. I mean, if you set aside, say, Mondays, I think that's when I did it when I was doing it myself. I set aside every Monday. That was my social media day. Or every other Monday. I think I did it every 2 weeks. So every other Monday was my social media day. And I'd go in there and create my social media posts. And you can do that as well, instead of doing it on a daily basis. There are social media platforms that have schedulers where you can schedule your posts, or there are certain platforms that you can use to schedule your posts. If you have questions around those things, you can reach out to me. I don't mind having that conversation or sharing with you some tips or some platforms that you can use to do that, for sure. So also, another announcement I want to make. I know we're getting into the holiday season. We have Thanksgiving coming up this month, and then, of course, Christmas in December. So there will not be a weekly live the week of Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is actually on a Thursday, right? I will not be working that day, so there will be no live. I will be spending that day with my family. So that's the updates for this month. I will announce next month possibly the updates for December, as I have not completely created my December calendar yet. I don't know specifically the dates I'm going to be taking off for the Christmas holidays. But so the week of Thanksgiving, there will not be a weekly live. However, we will see you back here again next week. Same time, same place. Have a great week and a great weekend. And I'll talk to you soon.